How's it going, Leo community? Alright, so let's get started with this introduction. I've really been feeling this energy oracle wanting to be used by your guides and ancestors as the deck for the introduction. So what needs to come out, ancestors, spirit guides, for the Leo? Ooh. There's something that you're at odds ends with when it comes to deceit. Feeling like somebody has deceived you. It has to do with some third chakra energy right here. And the third chakra energy is out of balance right now. It could be that it's clogged up, and this is your solar plexus energy. This is the energy of confidence, personal power, joy, self-discipline, and motivation. But when it's out of balance, it is low self-esteem, it's lack of control, it's insecurity, and it's procrastination. Something else you're at odds ends with is walking away. Something that is here though. I don't know if you understand this. And this makes sense when I was talking about the blessings, for you to be able to see your blessings. We have the cornucopia here. If we know anything about Capricorn energy, there is a wealth in Capricorn energy, but it's energy that has, or wealth, excuse me, it's wealth that has to be worked for. It's the things that we practice. All right, the last few cards to come out. What you were trying to do, it looks like, and what you were confused on, is how you went to a certain energy, a certain stability. A stability maybe that you thought could help take care of others, or maybe it was a stability in the sense that helped take care of you. There's something here that has to do with that deceit, you know, and it has to do with how you are really feeling like insecure about your past decisions. It has to do with the community. I don't know if a community that you walked away from, if this is that community, or a community that you walked to. And then what we have in reverse is a woman holding a heart. So this would depict the Queen of Wands energy here. So there could have been a past that you had to walk away from somebody who was very combative, from somebody who was very, very dramatic. This could be a person, place, and or thing. You don't know how to look at the deceit. You don't know how to look at the procrastination, and you don't know how to look at your choices of walking away. And the whole thing is you were trying to do what most people were trying to do. They're trying to build their success. I don't see that you walked away because you wanted to be a jerk. I see that you wanted to work hard for something. All right, angels and ancestors. What is it that needs to be brought out for the present, for the Leo frequency? What is it? You know, Leo, for some reason, even when I was dialing in, I keep wanting to say Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces energy. Pisces is 12th house. This is ending an old cycle, but also preparing for a new. Maybe there's something here that you have to put to an end. Maybe it's a certain view. Maybe it's a certain perspective. And it could have to do with these others, because we have the Seven of Wands land on the community, land under this walking away. There's something here. You know, you could have felt surrounded. Then I have the High Priestess. So we're not really feeling the love. We're not feeling well read up on things, especially when it comes to our empire. How we handle things. Could have been these very things in the past. Yep, look at that. Judgment's in reverse here. So with whoever this was, when you walked away, it was to find your success, to find your kind of ideal outcome, the one that would have been where you were more in love with your environment, in love with where you're at, kind of thing. But it took having to put down some stuff. It took having to get out of the halls of illusions. It took bankrupting some things. It took you going in and looking at what you believed in, what you thought was possible for you in particular. Right now, you're really tied up on how to feel about it and even how to view it, and you're being really hard on yourself. It's okay, you're human. You are human. There are times even when I have to tell myself, when I look back on things, that was an old version of you that doesn't know what you know now. So just remember that. So one thing that you're very confused on, we've been talking about this, we have the Nine of Swords energy that lands on this judgment, that lands on your kingdom, the things that you felt, other things that you're confused on is how you did things with your diplomatic view, with trying to be fair, kind of things. You know, your own transformations that you've had, the transformations where you were trying to do things a little bit better, maybe than what was done for you from way back in the day. And then we have the Six of Wands here. Six of Wands is all about group energy, and it's all about kind of you making the right moves and people seeing it, people cheering you on, people wanting to follow your example, kind of energy. And there's something here that, you know, you feel like you kind of failed a group in a sense. That's what I get with that. You know, even though you were trying to alchemize things differently, you were trying to change things. You weren't the bad magician where you were trying to seek revenge on things, but you were the magician again who was trying to change what was into something better. It was your ideal outcome, your golden egg, I would say. And that's hard. That is hard with these truths that you're kind of facing, things that are being brought up, things that we can't look past anymore. It's hard. These hard truths, you know, when people bring up stuff, people want to say things, you know, and then when we go back and we're just like, what I did, was it right? Was it all wrong? Could I have changed something if I would have did something different? But you got to think of all the memories, all the wealth that you've built, all the experiences you got to have from then until now. And again, this is wealth that money can't buy. You have to see why you made the choices you made, and believing in yourself, believing that you had the good intentions, believing that you were trying to better yourself, better your outcome. And that's what I see here. I see that you checked into the things that you believe. I see that you've lost a lot. You lost a lot in this past to get away from this whatever community it was, because you wanted a more solid investment that would help take care of things. So we made it to the conclusion. Alright, so divine and universal energy. What are the positive messages that need to come out? Well, when it comes to you wanting to step into more of this high priestess energy, you know, what you believe, and coupling that with your wisdom, we're going to face a darkness. We're going to face these fears that you're confused on. We're going to face these fears. And we are going to go through the storm of change. Storm of change and facing fears. Very confusing things to do. Very hard things to do. But it's something that you need to do. It's something that you need to sit down with your current community and do. You need to be honest with your current community. However this past affects your present moment and the community that's in this with you. There's something here that you need to express to your community when it comes to a raw emotional truth. This could be the very thing that helps cleanse you. This could be the thing that helps bring also the key to a realization for you. Especially when it came to this past connection and why you walked away from it. Why you had to make this diplomatic decision to get out of the nightmare it was. This could bring balance between the light and the dark for you. What has been versus where you have gone kind of thing. Acceptance, something that you're at odds ends with. Life is not always easy. Life is not always a bag full of daisies. There are some bittersweet moments in life, and then there are just some plain out dark moments in life where you deal with monsters. And this is one where you could be finding out about something that has to do with a monster. And the one thing that is needed is acceptance here. Acceptance of how everything has worked. How everything is going to still work out. How there's still time for things to work out. Time for things to blossom. Time for things to grow. Acceptance, kindness, mercy, and compassion is what is needed right now. When dealing with the unexpected. I want to thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your patience. And don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides for coming in and laying down this raw truth here. Honestly, they want to see you heal. This is why it's being brought up. It is time for you to ascend to another level. Don't forget to thank divine and universal energy as well, if I didn't say that. And I hope, Leo, that you have a most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.